Yo, damn. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna redo the intro, gamers. I'm gonna do a recap here. This will not be as energetic as last time because I am sick, but it is what it is. So for your information, right? The new 2.2 live stream just came out, so let's go over it. All right, so at the start of the live stream, we have a "You Are
It's from
My
Mikhail.
Special" like trailer, obviously. JGK brain rot at its prime, right? And then they get into our first code, of course. Excuse me. It will be in the comment section below pinned, so that's nice. Then they talk about the new location, which is featured for the actual festival that we've been, waiting for this whole time in the update, right? Like that's kind of the whole point of Penacony, right, to the festival. So you got the new Trailblaze mission, obviously, and they keep teasing throughout. In case you guys can't tell, there's a new Trailblazer path, right? There's a reason why the Trailblazer, and they specifically shout out that hey, they don't have their baseball bat or their spear. No, they have a hat as their weapon. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Really interesting for that one, right? New location, we don't got to talk about that. It's not so much important because you are here for the other stuff. So we've got the first limited character, Robin, who's going to be using the old weekly boss mats. She's going to be a support that's kind of like Ruan Mei, right? Except has a arguably more powerful ultimate in that regard. So yeah, you'll get some pretty nice stuff out of her. And then they talk about her abilities, which again, it's just a basic attack that is a basic attack, a skill that provides buffs, and then an ultimate that also provides buffs. So that's gonna be pretty nice. And then they do some VTuber thing that keeps shouting in my ear that her album's releasing on May 9th. Anyways, Robin album on May 9th, right? They definitely did not get annoying repeating that 50 times over. I'm not gonna play the songs. You guys can listen to that at your own will whenever that comes out on May 9th. And then we have Boot Hilly, as I like to call him, is releasing after Robin, right? The second banner, and he will be using the new weekly boss mats. The weekly boss is that big robot that you saw in the trailer. I don't even care, to be honest with you. Both these characters use a new boss, and Boot Hill specifically has new trace mats. So if you were hoping to pre-farm, you can't do that. You gotta wait for the update to come out, and then you can pre-farm like for 2 weeks, or like 2.5 weeks before your Boot Hill comes out, right? And Boot Hill is an interesting character. He's a break-based character, so he's gonna be really good at specifically against physical weakness, and he's gonna have to build up his stacks, right? As you can see right here, there's a little stack thing, right? Basically, to explain that real quickly, is that if he breaks the target, that if the target under his standoff ability or passive is broken, he gains a stack, right? And that will allow him to do break damage at the end of his basic attack combo, which I don't know. I, yeah, there it is. Yeah, he shoots like a hand finger blast, right? Which is kind of funny saying it out loud, but it is what it is. And he's got a pretty cinematic ultimate. And so, yeah, that's gonna be nice for any Boot Hill fans, right? Break team is gonna be very good, and then here's the boss, right? Yeah, we don't need to talk about this. This is the boss though, of the weekly boss, right? I mean, come on, let's be honest here. It looks kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie. No story spoilers though for anybody out there. It is what it is. As I've said, there's the new weekly boss, right? That's gonna be dropping actually both newer relics. So it's actually be dropping the follow-up relic and the break relic, which is a very interesting combo. I'm not sure how I feel about putting these together. I kind of wish it was the Acheron material or Acheron relics. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, Acheron relics, and it's gonna be dropping the new weapons as well in case you're hoping to get extra copies of any of those. So that's pretty nice. And obviously, let's talk about Robin needing the new materials, right? Here's our first banner, right? The Robin Topaz banner. So I'll just give you my quick thoughts on this banner. Um, I think that's a mid banner, to be honest with you. Robin's obviously good, and Topaz has her actual team now. So this will be, nice to pick either one of these characters up, right? I'm gonna be skipping this update entirely, just to be honest with you. Even though Robin's good, there's no point in really getting her in my eyes, right? But that will be from player to player. Giga Sweats are gonna like her because it's her action advance on her ultimate. It is what it is, right? As for the 4 stars, obviously March is not that good. Hanya's solid, and then Shuihi is okay, right? Pretty solid DPS, but it's odd that they didn't include the DPS with her support. That makes her a lot better, right? But it is what it is. And then the other banner, or well, here's the weapon banner first, which is gonna have the Acheron light cone where she's dancing with Black Swan, right? So if anybody was hoping to get that, there you go. Now I'll just tell you right now, in case you were wondering about, oh, do I get this light cone over Acheron's light cone, or use this over Goodnight Sleep Well? No. Unfortunately for those Acheron, slash Black Swan enjoyers, it's worse than both of the other light cone options that she's got. So not the best for those people. I'm not sure why they made it like that, to be honest with you. I think it probably could have been a little bit better. And it is weird that they put the DPS Nihility light cone on this banner when there's no Nihility character. I mean, and sure, Acheron's the only like crit Nihility besides like Welt. But why is it even on in this update? Like, I don't know what's going on here. This is kind of cringe to me personally, but it is what it is. And then we have the Boothill event warp with Fushuan on the rerun. Now Pella apparently is back already, even though she was literally here the last update with excuse me, Acheron. So that's kind of whack. And then we have Hook and Luca, which for this banner, hella mid because Hook and Luca aren't that good. I mean, Luca's good for DOT teams, right? Doing fizz break and all that. But other than that, you're not getting use out of him. And then Hook is just mid. But Pella's really good. And then obviously you've got Boothill and Fushuan, so this is gonna be nice for anybody who wants to pick up these two characters. As I said, Boothill's a break-based character, so make sure you prepare accordingly for that. And Fushuan is going to be a very, very strong defensive unit. Now, currently, Aventurine's going on, and a lot of people have been debating Aventurine versus Fushuan. They're both fantastic, but arguably, Aventurine's way more practical for a lot of players. So if you're like on a toss-up between who to get, just go ahead and summon Aventurine. There literally won't be a difference on your account. Like, actually. The Light Cone banner, of course, has Landu's Choice, Secret Vow, and the Rune May one. Again, not too crazy of a light cone banner. Both light cones are these light cones here aren't really the best on like. Well, that's not true. The Secret Vow is the best on Blade if you don't have this other option. But what I was trying to say is that these aren't the most interesting to pick up 4-star light cones either on this weapon banner. So it's like I don't know. These banners are solid, right? Nothing crazy. Uh, I mean, I guess swordplay is pretty good for a couple of characters, but it just is what it is. I'm not too interested in these banners personally. They could be better. They could be worse. It is what it is. And then here's actually, is this the third code? Did I skip over? No, I think this is the second code. Yeah. My bad. So here's the code. Of course, that will be in the description. And then moving on, we've got the first of the major events, right? The Clocky Dream Joy Mirror Memoir. Fucking hell. Whatever. I don't care. English. This is where we're gonna be getting the event light cone for Robin that they talk about. It's obviously a Harmony light cone, so it's intended to be used on Robin free to play. I honestly wish they swap this and black. Sorry, Acheron light cone so that there would be a free to play Acheron option. That is like her third best option. That would have been nice, but it is what it is. Obviously, we'll be able to get another self-molding resin, which is gonna be very pog there, right? This event features just you picking different like stages and clearing through them. Nothing too crazy, right? It's the usual stuff. It is what it is. And then of course the specific light cone that we'll be able to get. And I don't know who these characters are, but this guy kind of looks like a side shot of Gallagher, which is interesting, but it is what it is. Then we have a Galactic Baseballer event where we can get another self-molding resin. That's actually huge. Is that 3 self-molding resin in this update or 4? This might be another update where we get 4 self-molding resin. That's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if they're intending on increasing the drops of those, but getting more, I will never be mad at. Then we have a Boot Hill event. Oh, apparently I didn't click on it. Boot Hill event where we learn about Boot Hill. Just kidding. It's the assignment event that we had back in like 1.0 or something. This event is literally nothing. You just send your characters off on the like super assignments, right? There's nothing going on here, right? So you're not missing much in this live stream, as you guys can probably tell, right? There's nothing really crazy to talk about. Of course, Gift of Odyssey is back, just like always. We get our 10 login summons. So if you are lazy and don't play the game much, you can just click the login summons and get those, right? And then they also mentioned we have the Planar Fisher event back, which is nice. Another 2x relic event. Personally, I kind of prefer the double resource events. I'm not gonna lie to you because it makes farming a lot faster. But this is nice. And speaking of which, we do actually have a 2x resource event make farming a lot faster. Like I said all the time, run these every update. Hoyoverse is doing a good job. I don't think these constitute a replacement of any like major event gameplay though. But 2 per update is pretty nice. I do think though every week there needs to be some quote unquote event ran. They're doing a pretty good job at that for this game as in comparison to the other games. So there is that. And then here's the final code that I definitely did not forget about. Of course, it'll be in the comment section, so you guys will be able to copy that accordingly. And then there's a couple of things they mentioned at the very end that is pretty nice that I think. There's an update to the stats page or like the account page in game, right? You'll be able to see other people's abyss clears and their lineups inside their account previews. So that's gonna be pretty nice. And you can also, another thing, a part of it, they're updating the friends list to where it tells you where your friend currently is. So you can now officially stalk people's accounts in Star Rail by looking at their location and viewing their lineups for these difficult modes and tell them that they suck at the game. Good job, hoyoverse. Now, of course, since it's an optional feature, I'm a complete elitist about this. Make it an unoptional feature and make it always available. I don't care. In fact, force it on the player to do so. If somebody sucks, they need to know about it. Moving on. Yeah, it's optional. Moving on. A feature that should have been here from 1.0. You can favorite your characters now in your screen to sort them accordingly. I don't know why this wasn't here, to be honest with you. That's a big oof. And then there's the Ultimate Trailblazers Guide to Pinnaconny. I actually don't know what this is, to be honest with you, but that's gonna be nice. And that's it, boys. Yeah, I don't want to waste any more of your time. There's really not much to say about this version live stream because nothing crazy really happened. Nothing too, I'd say, exciting. It's not a filler patch, obviously, because we're gonna be getting Harmony MC, so there's obviously gonna be some really big story things going on and 2 pretty interesting characters. I don't care for them so much, to be honest with you, but it's what it is. The only thing I will mention for any PC folks is that they're actually updating the launcher to be Hoyo Play Launcher. So they're combining all of their games into one spot for a launcher, right? So any PC folks, look out for that. We got some dude in the comment section coping about them not really, quote unquote, not releasing enough 4-stars. That's stupid. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow my Twitch, all that stuff. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. And yeah, that'll be it. See ya.